Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. The scheme that we are covering today, it is one district, one product, which has been asked by one of you for me to make a session on, right? So we are going to understand all about the scheme. However, there is not much data that is available, so it is going to be a very short session. But we are going to understand what is about the scheme and the important components that are under it, what is going to happen. But before that is an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. We have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that must be that you want to know about the organization. For example, if you want to know more about RBI and about SEBI, you can get detailed information along with the hierarchical structure, what is its role in India's economy, what will be your role once you join the organization, and all the information has been comprehensively covered. After that, you would want to know about the recruitment process. So all about the recruitment process, how many phases are there, what is the pattern of each phase, what is the cutoff, previous year cutoff, and the trend it follows, and it shows about the difficulty level of the examination, what is the syllabus of the examination, and all such questions are answered along with a step by step process which you can follow to start off your preparation journey on your own. So do not miss the opportunity. You can download these e-guidebooks which are free of cost from the link that is provided in the description box below. Now let's just start off with the scheme. Because the concept of this a particular district and a particular product of their promotion of a particular product there, it originated in Japan back in 1971. So this concept is quite old. Okay, it started off in Japan, where what happened, देखो, every particular state or maybe a particular district, a region must be having some traditional art. Okay, because all across the world we have some traditional art that we have, even that is being followed now only, right? But what happened with the passage of time, this when industrialization happened, and people for the sake of money they started leaving their traditional work. Why so? Because there was not much money that they were getting out of it, right? So they switched to some other jobs, right? But what happened, because these handicrafts and all the traditional art, it is first of all, it is very important to conserve them because they are part of the nation, right? They represent us, they represent a nation, right? And along with that, if some help to these to the artisans if would have been given, the livelihood opportunities would have been increased, right? And they would have gotten better livelihood opportunities. New people, they could be taught about this art because they know they are going to get money, right? So in on one hand, what is going to happen, on one hand your employment generation will be done, economic development or employment generation, whatever you want to say, socio-economic development there will be, and on the other hand our tradition will be preserved, right? So on that note, Japan, they came up with this idea where they focused on that one product which is famous of a particular region, right? Now for example, if I give you some examples, I want to give you, whenever I say chicken curry textile, so what's the first place that comes in your mind? Lucknow, right? It is being made in rest of the part of country also, but yes, Lucknow is the origin also, and it is quite famous for it, right? Similarly, now if I show you the second picture, what is the first state? Like, even if you don't know, but if you want to guess, what can be the state that you would guess, right? Maximum of you would go for Rajasthan, right? Because such type of tradition and the handicraft, it is prevalent in Rajasthan only. Similarly, this third picture, it is the apron art of Uttarakhand. Currently it is not that much famous across the nation. However, under this particular scheme and also with the efforts of the local people of Uttarakhand, now it's getting the recognition. Okay, but it's a art that is quite famous in Uttarakhand, right? And the Kumaon region specifically, it's very famous over there, right? Now what will happen under the particular scheme, that one product which is quite famous, it has a name, right? But it does, the production of that, it is not much, the branding of it is not much, it because now people go for brands, right? So if some local product is there, it does not have brand, now many consumer don't want to buy it, right? If even if the product quality is good and you have given the branding, but providing them with a platform where they can sell, right? Marketing, so basically आपकी जो marketing है, and marketing not only at national level but at international level also, exporting के लिए भी you require some platform, you require some, you can say, push or backup from the government, and this is what the government is going to provide under the particular scheme, ठीक है? Or if I want to give you one more example, if you want to have the idea, Agra ka petha, right? When you will say petha, so it's just Agra ka petha that comes in your mind, right? But they must be making it in a limited number only, right? So to enhance the production, which is that particular, in a particular district, if any particular product is quite famous, to increase the manufacture, first of all, in providing them the a platform where they can do proper manufacturing of it, branding of it, marketing of it, export of it. And when this happens, of course, new people would want to join there, right? And these new people will require the capacity building. Capacity building matlab skill unko chahiye hogi, so that is also provided under the scheme. ठीक है? So this scheme in India, so all across the world, this is the concept of Japan, then many other countries they adopted it. Then what happened in 2018, Uttar Pradesh was the first state to adopt this particular idea. Okay, तो उत्तर प्रदेश ने first time किया था. So this scheme came into India as a state scheme. Okay, there are some state scheme जैसे आपकी राइतु बंधु scheme थी, which later on became प्रधानमंत्री किसान सम्मान निधि, right? So it happens, some state schemes are so good and they give you so much good result that government they then implement that at the national level. ठीक है? तो this particular scheme in India, it was established by UP, or you can say it was launched by UP government as a state scheme back in 2018, where they focused, for example, जो सिद्धार्थ नगर in UP, it was very famous for its kala namak, right? So to focus in that particular district, in that particular area, I mean, for the kala namak production, right? Then there is rare technique of wheat stock craft handicraft, okay, जो भी रेयर एक टेक्निक है टू प्रमोट दैट. ठीक है? चिकनकारी, ठीक है, और जरी के जो वर्क गारमेंट्स है, इट इज़ वेरी फेमस ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश, टू फोकस ऑन दैट. ओके, बनाना फाइबर और कुशीनगर, इन कुशीनगर एरिया रीजन, ठीक है, बनाना फाइबर काफ़ी फेमस है टू मल्टीप्लाई इट्स प्रोडक्शन एट अ वेरी लार्ज स्केल. ठीक है? बनाना ऑफ कौशाम्बी, ठीक है, जैगरी ऑफ अयोध्या की जैगरी काफ़ी फेमस है, गुड़ काफ़ी फेमस है. सो टू इंक्रीज इट्स प्रोडक्शन, टू फोकस ऑन दैट एंड द रेस्ट ऑफ द ऑप्शन दैट यू आर लुकिंग एट इट, राइट? So what is the idea? I hope you have gotten the idea, and this is what the scheme is all about. Not much data that is present, right? It was launched by UP in 2018. After that, Ministry of Food Processing Industry, they they adopted it to increase the, to focus on the food products that are famous, because India, like, it's very rich in food culture, right? So to promote that, after that, Ministry of Textile came for the textile products, right? Ministry of Commerce is focusing a lot on that to provide them at market at national एंड इंटरनेशनल लेवल. ठीक है? तो अराउंड यू कैन से, अब इसका ना लॉन्च ईयर भी इन डिफरेंट साइट्स यू विल फाइंड इट डिफरेंट, बिकॉज डिपेंडिंग ऑन विच मिनिस्ट्री हैज लॉन्च्ड इट, देयर इज डिफरेंट डेटा प्रेजेंट. ठीक है? तो आपको कहीं पे आपको 2018 मिल जाएगा, कहीं पे आपको 2021 भी आपको डेटा ये देखने को मिल जाएगा. ठीक है? नाउ आस्किंग इन एग्जामिनेशन में क्या मार्क करना है. देखो, आई वुड से एग्जामिनेशन में मोस्ट प्रोबेबली 2021 दिया होगा, बिकॉज ऑफिशियल गाइडलाइंस केम इन दिस, बट I would say just focus into only. ठीक है? दोनों को ध्यान रखो, 2018 and 2021 they are not they're not very cruel that they will be providing you both as option. ठीक है? वैसे 2021 ध्यान रखो, बट इतना ध्यान रख लेना कि यूपी में 2018 से कहीं ना कहीं स्टार्ट हुई थी ये स्कीम. ठीक है? तो 2018 अगर प्रेजेंट हो एग्जामिनेशन में, 2021 ना हो, तो प्लीज फोकस ऑन दैट. ठीक है? सो एंड दिस स्कीम देखो, इट्स ऑलवेज इन न्यूज. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, OD वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट वॉल लॉन्च की थी, तो वॉल में क्या होगा, बेसिकली ऑल द प्रोडक्ट्स of that particular area, they would be displayed in a wall, so that the visitors, they might know that these are the famous thing that exist in this particular area, right? And then we have, for example, जो Ministry of Commerce था, उन्होंने क्या करा, and tagged on the Groyo's e-commerce platform. E-commerce platform में जो handlooms and handicraft है, to enhance its market reach. ठीक है? तो जो Groyo's e-commerce platform है, वहाँ पे भी Ministry of Commerce ने they tagged the one district one products over there, right? So these are some of the news regarding it. Now talking about the aim, so what's the final aim? That is to foster the balanced region development. We have to have that regional development. It should be not be like that in a state some districts are there flourishing a lot, while other district they don't have even the basic amenities that is present, or maybe the basic livelihood opportunities that are present, right? So to have that balanced regional development across all districts of country will be is the aim of that country. And talking about the objective, first of all, dekho, when we say regional development, so of course it means that there should be the social as well as economic growth that should happen in that particular region. So by this particular scheme, you are getting the livelihood opportunity, you're getting the employment opportunity, so it is going to help you economically. And we know that whenever there is an economic growth, it helps us to improve our livelihood or maybe the way of living. ठीक है? तो way of living improve होगी, तो आपको एक सोच और it also bridges that gap that we have between the different caste in the community, right? So by focusing on this, when people will get the opportunity, they will be working together, because you have to understand, if the production has to be done in bulk, the clusters needs to be formed, right? So by this, that social gap will also be bridged, right? Next is to attract investment in the district to boost manufacturing and export. When you are promoting a certain product of a certain district, that will also attract the investor, that they would want to establish a particular factory, you can say, or maybe they would want to build more and more of that particular art that can be sold, and that will ultimately provide the benefit to attract investment ke liye bhi, because through the scheme only people will get to know that, oh, of this district this particular thing is very famous, right? For example, Apan art of Uttarakhand, as I again want to say, because it is still not famous very much, right? So now the people, when will they know, they would want to enhance that particular tradition, right? So that they can get the benefit out of it. And of course, this is going to provide them with the employment, the people living in that particular area. And by this particular scheme, the particular ecosystem will also be provided with the by giving them the technology. Dekho, not it's only not the people, the government is going to get the benefit, or the people who will sell it, right? But in the particular district, if people or maybe investor, they were not aware of the essence of the product, they would not invest the technology there, right? Because they don't know, right? But now, because of this, even the technology and this innovation ecosystem, that will even enter the district level also, okay? And this will make them competitive with both district with both the domestic and the international market, ठीक है? अब component क्या क्या होंगे, इसको ना आप step by step process सोचो. Just think of it as a step by step process. First of all, what will be done, एक product identify होगा per district में, and on what basis it will be identified, based on the potential and strength of the district, okay? And also on the national priority, means it should somehow, it should represent India, right? It should represent India, it should not be something common. So first of all, that particular, in a district, a particular product will be identified. After that, clusters will be formed, okay? So the product, so that the production can be done, ठीक है? Product with quality, scalability, branding, that can be done. तो cluster form होंगे. Once the cluster will be formed, they will be taught about, and they will be made familiar about the marketing linkages, ठीक है? Along with that, कि exporting में क्या क्या issues आते हैं, that will be addressed, right? Because it is to have a market at international level also, ठीक है? So आपको जो भी problems face होती है at the domestic level, so providing them with the marketing linkages, what are the issues, what are the hindrance that is there for the export purpose, to address that, ठीक है? So ये सब चीजें इसके अंदर होंगी. और क्या क्या है, सपोर्ट लोकल एक्सपोर्टर्स, मैन्युफैक्चर की उनकी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बढ़े, ठीक है? फाइंड पोटेंशियल बायर्स, द गवर्नमेंट विल फाइंड द पोटेंशियल बायर्स आउटसाइड इंडिया ऑल्सो, मीन्स टू प्रोवाइड देम विद अ प्लेटफॉर्म. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी जैसे हमने देखा, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स ने एक ई कॉमर्स प्लेटफॉर्म में दे टैग्ड अबाउट द ODOP प्रोडक्ट, राइट? सो हियर द गवर्नमेंट इज फाइंडिंग देम with the people, with the buyers, right? So that the exports can also be there. And of course, we studied in the objective also that the investment are attracted, so manufacturing and service industry in the district will also enhance, and definitely it is going to provide the employment in district, ठीक है? All this government is doing, but please keep in mind, this is done by the central sponsor, in the centrally sponsored form. What does it mean? Here the funding, that whatever is required, maybe to provide them with the training, okay? And provide them with the awareness, training will be done, awareness will be done, administration proper hoga. For that, funding is required, money is required. So that money will be given by both the central and the state government. So whenever we say central sponsored scheme, it means the money has been is being given both by both central and state. And when we say centrally sector scheme, there the center government is 100% responsible for the money, for the funding. So here funding will be done both by the center and the state, ठीक है? तो ये कुछ components है. अब इसका significant outcome क्या होगा? Again same thing. So it's like a revision that we are doing, ठीक है? पहला significant outcome क्या होगा? जो आपका economic development होगा, ठीक है? local economy हमारी boost होगी, right? How the local economy will be boost, because we are identifying for that one product which is quite famous in that one particular district. ठीक है, तो local economy जो हम speciality में focus कर रहे हैं, that will help for the local economy. Of course it will lead to the entrepreneurship among the people. Their skill development will be done, right, about the particular product or maybe craft. Okay, and this can in later time period they can be they can emerge as an entrepreneur, right? And of course this will help us to preserve our traditional knowledge and heritage also, which is very very important, right? And here the market linkage and branding is also important. तो जो एक ecosystem मिलना for the local products, that will also be a significant outcome, that they would get that recognition, right, at the market level, right? So that is all very small scheme. So there is no such data that is present. Even if in the news you will find that currently in this state these many products are identified, you need not to do that, because in every state there will be different numbers, and these numbers can keep on increasing, right? And or maybe in how many state does it follow. So all these things are not important. This is something that is very dynamic. However, from the like from the examination, if 1 month before, if in news whatever be the latest data, that you can read it for once, but then again the data is not that important, right? So therefore even the homework that is given, it is also very very simple, right? Because the scheme in itself is very simple. And these are the toppers of the last session. Rushi said the right answer, Shubh said the right answer, we have then Ronak saying the right answer, Harshdeep, welcome, and then we have Anand saying the right answer. Fani said the right answer, but along with that, this is the question that I wanted to address, because I think is the second time Fani is sharing the concern. Dekho what happens, because government schemes are perennial, like it just keep it never stops, right? Because of that reason, and we know the schemes are also repetitive, so because of that reason it might be the case that the scheme I have taught maybe 1 year back, 2 year back, I'm repeating it again, right? But I am making it sure that at least there is gap of 10 to 12 months, right? Like for example, I've covered the scheme 10 to 12 months back, so that even if there's some recent development happens, we share that. Sometimes schemes remains the same, there is no additional guidelines that are there, okay? However, I've taken the feedback, I'll focus more on the one which is definitely news. For example, some are not in news. For example, this one have been asked, but it was not like in recent this month, it was not in news, but still I covered that, right? So I've taken the feedback, I'll focus more on the one. But I hope you also understand that some schemes are repetitive and are important, so they has to be covered multiple times, because that becomes important. Any scheme that is in news, those only become important from examination perspective, right? So yeah, so that is all in this video. If you want me to cover any scheme, do let me know, I'll definitely make a session on that. And for more such videos, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. Thank you everybody for watching the video. The sessions of government schemes are every Monday, Wednesday and Friday 10 a.m. Okay, 10 a.m. is the timing that happens. And we'll meet again with another video on another scheme. Until then, all the very best for your examination, and thank you.